Well, a monster tornado is bearing down on Birmingham. This is debris. It's not very often that we actually see this. This is a monster tornado.
What we have never seen before in this part of Alabama are tornadoes that were miles wide and were just unrelenting, one right after the other.
The rumbling, the ears popping, that awful moaning, groaning sound. Some people say it sounded like a freight train.
Here's Hueytown, here's Bessemer, and this tornado is...
I was watching TV, and it said Hueytown, but it didn't mention Pleasant Grove. I got up and walked to the hall, which is the center of my house, and I could see the cloud coming. I thought, I've got to get somewhere. The wind just knocked me down flat on my back. A wall and a chest of drawers landed on me, but then evidently I lost consciousness. The next thing I knew, somebody was calling my name. It was a cousin. I kept saying, I'm in the bedroom, not knowing that my house was gone. My husband passed away 3 years ago, and I told him I'm coming. But apparently it was not my time. It took about 15 men to get the debris off of me. They put me on a door, put me on a four-wheeler. It took me, I guess, about a half a mile to the shopping center. From there, they sort of stabilized me.
That night, all of us, our Birmingham AFT, our Jefferson County AFT, we were trying to contact members.
I called Val to make sure she was okay. I started calling staff and got in touch with Crystal, but I couldn't get Victoria. And that's when we found out Pleasant Grove was hit.
A lot of the neighbors were out checking on each other. It was a very scary time. We lost some neighbors and some good friends as well in the storm, and we've just been offering our support to their families. And it's going to take a while for them to, I guess, bounce back from this.
And my superintendent called and told me that we had lost one of our members and gave me the contact information, and this member lived in the Pleasant Grove area.
Well, she was a friend to everybody. She was just a wonderful person. As small as she was, her heart was so big. She very rarely had any bad words to say to people or, disagreements with people. She was just that type of person.
The next thing I decided, once I heard some of the devastation, I wanted to go out myself to see how bad it was, and I actually rode every place in Jefferson County and Birmingham to see what was going on, and that's when McDonough Chapel popped up. It's a suburb right on the outside of Birmingham, so it's in a wooded area, and what I did was I went in and I actually found out where it was hit, and I immediately picked up the phone because I knew nobody had been up there, and I called the office and told them that we had to get to McDonough Chapel and bring everything we had because the people hadn't got anything. They thanked us, still thanking us today, but that's what you're supposed to do in a time like that.
We were able to get passes so that we could get behind the lines to really get in to assist people. So we saw some incredible sights and some things that I hope we never see again. And I remember there's one little lady in Concord, and the only thing left was a closet in her house. And she refused to leave. And so for several days, our staff took food and water and things that she needed. The fourth day, the agency started really getting to some of these communities, but we were able to get to them from the very beginning.
Well, the AFT, ever since the tornado hit, we've been out there, everywhere. Concord, Pleasant Grove, Blount County, Coleman County, and we've had a lot of our members just volunteering. And that's what we do, we just get out and help. There's a lot of kids that just don't have anything. There's clothes here, there's shoes here, there's toys here. Anything these people can use, then we're gonna get it to them.
We knew that the student population was hit very hard, but I would have never thought that when I did my numbers that in Birmingham I had a high school that had 1,300 students and 500 students were homeless. And I had an elementary school, Southampton, that really just tore my heart when I found out the school has 408 students and 300 of the students were homeless. We made a vow that we would make sure that both school districts started school back so the kids will have some sense of something normal. When you lost everything, you know, the least you could do is open up the school doors and they would have a meal for that time.
And we have a summer program, and I'm going to work this summer with the children. I'll be right there. I'm on the schedule. As soon as I get my arms unbandaged and able, I'm going back to help them. I feel like I owe that to them. That's where my heart is. I miss them.
One of the greatest needs that we're trying to find a way is to plug people into counseling and care.
I'm proud of our AFT. I'm proud of our members. They have done everything they can to help. And I am so proud of our community, our churches, all the groups that we have worked with. It's really been a community effort, and that's what it's all about. And that's what it's going to take for the long term to help all the children and all the employees who have been impacted.
You can still go back to Pleasant Grove, like where a bomb hit. What it reminds me of is going through a dump with paved roads through it.
It's all gone. My whole block is gone. All my neighbors are gone, you know. But we plan to eventually, you know, build back. I'm coming back home where I was.
75% of Pleasant Grove has been devastated, but I believe that Pleasant Grove will rebound and we will build back better. So that's my fervent hope. So.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and for this opportunity that we've been given to remember and honor Tracy Trawick, a very special person to those of us gathered here at this memorial service on her behalf.
I am really honored to be here today as we dedicate this tree in front of this Board of Education in the honor of Tracy.
The plaque that AFT has provided for us is lovely. It just said it's all good. Well, you know, God made Tracy good, and Tracy was happy to live life just the way it was.
That's the only thing I could ask, that they just remember the good things and how she's brought so much joy to our family, and knowing that, you know, their life is what it is because of Tracy.